Season tickets being sent back by thousands of Manchester United fans. What is going on at Old Trafford? It is coming down to the simple question, I feel. Are Manchester United just too boring to watch? Are fans actually giving up on watching Manchester United? I'm going to talk to you through this live video about what would happen if you wanted to look for a Manchester United ticket right now. What I have been sent personally as a season ticket holder from Manchester United and what they're asking us to now do. Is it becoming a little bit desperate to try and sell Manchester United season tickets and tickets in general now for games? This is an untelevised game this weekend with tickets all over the stadium available. What is going on at Manchester United? Welcome along to the live show. It is Friday morning. It is the day before the game. And yes, like I just said, if you wanted to go and you were a member of Manchester United, or you wanted to just take out a membership and get a ticket, they are going to be available for you. You can get to Manchester United games. Who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought that only, 5 years ago? Let's just go back that far. It was virtually impossible. And United weren't great then. Slowly but surely, the decline of this football club from the top to the bottom, and that's the players, the coaching, the management, the ownership, that's everything. Even the fans ourselves, even us, even me, I have to throw into this category. What is happening with United? Why is it so easy now to get to go and watch a Manchester United game when this used to be the hottest ticket in town? What is actually happening? If you go on to Manchester United's website, for instance, right now, welcome along, by the way, everybody. It is live. This is your morning show. We are going to talk about the game a little bit later. I'm going to talk about some other news circulating Manchester United as well. But I'm just finding it now. I'm seeing the warning signs. I'm finding it crazy how this is actually happening at Manchester United and how we have fallen so far in terms of what people are wanting to watch. Are United that appealing now? Is it worth going to watch a Manchester United game now? What is the experience like? We've talked about everything. We're going in depth on it now, but still, I was just taken aback by everything that was going on and building up to this Brentford game. And it just shows you where we're actually at. It's just not there anymore. That's the only way I can describe it. There isn't that appeal. If you were wanting to go, say you were a member and you was after a ticket at Manchester United, this is what you would go through right now. So you go onto the ticket section of the website and you will see an image pretty much like this one on the screen right now. So just so you can see, I'll get my head out of the way. This is what you would see. So the actual seats in normal red, you can see around the stadium. So the blocks and different sections of the stadium that you can actually see there in red are sections that have got available seats for this game. And this was first thing this morning. So when I woke up, I checked this because I'd seen images online. I'm thinking, surely there's not that many spots available in Manchester United for a game that is untelevised that you can't see on TV. Surely there isn't this many seats available. But yes, there is. Sections. There are scattered seats all over these red sections at Old Trafford. This is unheard of. This is not normal. As you can see there, like going right across all of the stands, there are hundreds of seats available in the Stretford end, for instance. That is unheard of. These are season ticket holders sending their tickets back, and then they're being repurposed to members who pay a subscription fee yearly to get access to tickets. I know loads of people that normally would not be able to get to a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff match that are going to this game. Loads of people have messaged me, I'll see you there at Old Trafford, I'll see you. It's like, and that's not a bad thing. And I want as many people to witness Manchester United or get to the ground and experience what it's like to be at Old Trafford. But the fact that there is so many available is telling its own story right now, and I feel is important to talk about because this is the brand of football that United are playing. It's not exciting to go and watch a Manchester United game anymore. This is the problem that we're having right now, and I feel like this is the problem that nobody is talking about. And I think if you're looking at Ineos right now and you're looking at them and to say, how the hell can we make Manchester United a better brand of football? If you want to fill a new 100,000-seater stadium, and that's the brand of football that's being played, and you're already struggling to fill a 75,000-seater stadium, already you're second-guessing things. What happens on the pitch impacts everything at Manchester United. Financially, fans, as a spectacle itself, as actually being one of the football clubs that people want to actually go and watch these days, it affects absolutely everything within the club. The negativity around the football club and the news of everything else going on For instance, injuries and stuff like that, and leaks coming out of the football club. All this happens because of the football that's being played on the pitch. And when it's negative, and it's more negative than any other football club on the planet. And people will say, I contribute to that. I just talk about what's actually happening. People want to know what's going on with Manchester United. As a season ticket holder, like I am, this is the message that I received. I'll just bring this up right now. So this is the text directly from Manchester United, and now it actually is. Following our recent emails, many fans have returned tickets for games they can't attend. However, this is happening very close to games, limiting chances of receiving a refund. If you don't plan on attending Brentford or upcoming games, please list your ticket urgently. So what happens with season ticket holders right now is if you don't want to go, to the game, then you send your ticket back. They have already made it very difficult for us to actually send tickets back. We don't get our tickets until 3 hours before the game. So if something happened or emergency happened, it is impossible. And then you go on a list. If you haven't been to, as a season ticket holder, gone to 15 games within this season, you will lose your season ticket the following season. You won't be able to reapply for it. So they're putting pressure on fans to go to games, even though you've already paid up front. Let's not forget that. As a season ticket holder, I've paid for my tickets up front. They already have the money in the bag, but they are telling us that we are not going to be able to renew our season tickets next year unless we go to 15 games. We can't get our tickets until 3 hours before the game when we're sent a QR code, which has caused a bit of chaos around the ticketing system right now. And if you want to stay within that bracket of games that you have gone to, they are saying if you send the ticket back to the football club so they can repurpose the ticket, then that will be classed as one of your 15 games that you have been to this season. But you have to send it back to United. They will then inflate that price, turn it into an executive ticket, do whatever they want to, sell it for more money, sell it to a fan that's not been for a while, therefore making more money because they'll probably want to have that full experience, maybe spend more at the stadium, maybe buy some food, drinks, go visit the megastore. This is the whole push from United to make more money right now. This is what was there with the Glazers, and I'm sure that Ineos, being the money-making machine that they are, will be looking to go down this avenue as well and try and enforce this even more. They're just in a position right now where they have to. But it all comes down to one thing. And the ultimate thing is the brand of football. People cannot be asked going watching Manchester United anymore. United fans, season ticket holders. We had Aaron AA on the show the other day. You all heard what he said. He walked out of his door to go to a game and he turned around. He didn't go. I know Flex, who goes there. He's a season ticket holder. We obviously know Flex from what he does on TalkSport United View. Didn't go to a game in the week. Saeed, the same. Didn't go to a game in the week. Choosing not to go to games. Like, actively choosing not to go. And they paid for their tickets in these games already. But they're actually saying, look, nah, do you know what? It's not worth it today. Can't be bothered going. This is what's happening with the fan base. I've put the poll up in the chat right now. And this isn't me just having an actual goal, but I want to understand why people are not going to games. It is unheard of for me. I go to every single game I can. If I've got a ticket, I'm there. I'm never going to turn a Manchester United game away. It's just the way I am, and it's in my DNA. It just is that. But I want to understand how other fans are feeling right now. And I talk to lots of fans outside, and I talk to lots of fans online. As you've seen, we bring them on the shows. I communicate. People send me messages all of the time. And I find it amazing how you don't want to go to a game. And I complain, I moan, I bitch. You all know where I'm at. I'm quite negative at the moment because I don't see anything positive with a football club. I'm trying to find a positive. Trust me, I am. I really am. But I will never miss a game. And you all know that. You all see me there anyway. I can't stand not going to a football game. Honestly, it's just what it is. And I just want to understand how other fans are feeling right now. And I can only put it down to, look, they're just not entertained. Are you not entertained? It's the famous line, isn't it? The gladiator line. And no, they're not. One goal at Old Trafford all season in the league tells you everything you need to know. It's just not fun watching United anymore. And you go through your whole week, your working week, and it used to be the exciting part of the week, didn't it? Going watching United. It used to be part and parcel. It was a given, but not anymore. It's that I was offered, and I'm telling you this as gospel right now, for this Brentford game, from the start of this week, starting on Monday, I have been offered 40 different tickets. And obviously not for me, but in terms of people who've got tickets that are available and looking to sell them on to people, 40. That's just personally to me. I'm telling you that now. That's 100% factual and true. That's what I've been offered this week. Do you know anyone who wants to go? Do you know anyone who wants to go to the game? And 40 tickets. and that's aside from what's actually happening at the stadium and that information that I've showed you there. I'll just bring it back up if you are just joining us. This is the current affair right now, as it is at Manchester United on our website. That's how many tickets are available. The maroon parts are the tickets that are unavailable. You can see the actual key at the bottom of the screen there. So that's just a screen grab from going on Manchester United's website right now for tickets available for the Brentford game. The ones in red are the sections where there are scattered tickets everywhere, all over. I can tell you this for certain right now. For a non-televised game, that is unheard of. Absolutely unheard of at Manchester United. It is ridiculous. You may see this on a Carabao Cup or a crappy Europa League game, but that really tells you everything you need to know. And fans are talking with their feet. Empty seats at Old Trafford, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for Manchester United in the standing that we are. It's embarrassing for the football club, to be honest. But financially, this will have a huge impact and push forward what Ineos's vision is for Manchester United. They have to be looking at this and going, nah, something needs to change. Something drastically needs to change in what's going on right now. Why are fans not wanting to come to Old Trafford? And this is how I look at it. Look, I am fully red-tinted. I'll hold my hands up. I'll admit it. I'm just one of them fans that goes no matter what. I cannot stand missing a game, like I just said. It's just in me. It's just in my DNA and my normal routine. But I can understand how fans are not wanting to go. It's a lot of money to go to Manchester United. The parking, the food, the options that are there. The cost of going to a match day with your kids, for instance, right now, they may want to go into the stadium. They are pushing that forward, for the club, and they are trying to make that a thing right now. Like the Glazers called us legacy fans, didn't they? They wanted to wean us out with the Super League and bring in the new fans. They just wanted to make it like an American sports franchise system where fans would just be coming in just to put bums on seats and spend money. The atmosphere would be crap. And that is pretty much how Old Trafford is going. We've got fans constantly, away fans singing to United fans saying, oh, well, the usual chants like, is this the library? Shall we sing a song for you? Every single week. You can get up and you can sing and you can chant, but a lot of the time now you're expecting the standard of football to actually get you up on your seat. It's like this team has had its backing. This team has had enough backing from these players. And it's got to a stage now where fans are like, yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough. I know match-going season ticket holders, this is home and away ticket holders, who have just said, look, nah, I can't be bothered this week, can't be bothered. Wembley, for instance, the final. No, do you know what? I've been to Wembley enough times now. Like I said, it's an FA Cup. I can't be bothered going. I can't be bothered making the journey. Like the prices of the tickets are astronomical. And obviously a lot of fans were expecting United to lose that final. But this is what it's like now, even with away games. And yes, I will add into this, the televised games away from home are an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And where Manchester United fans, away fans have had to travel, and the times that they've had to travel for the kickoff so far this season have been an absolute disgrace. And I'll always put that forward as a case. But United fans will still fill their away section. We've got the hardest hardcore section of away fans on the planet. I know we have. And they will be there week in, week out. The players don't deserve them fans. They don't. But this is what I'm saying. Like, if I had an away ticket, I'm there. I won't miss a game. Home ticket, I won't miss it. I'm just that type of fan. But you're starting to get that hardcore sort of fan now. The ones that go week in, week out, just like, I can't be bothered. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. And do you know what? This goes across to the fans across the world. You're going to have more fans that I'd rather just go out, not wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Manchester United, not tune into a broadcaster to watch the game. Just like, you know what? I'd rather have a lie-in this morning. I'd rather go out with the family. I don't want to ruin my weekend. People go out of their way. I know supporters groups, and there was one on my Instagram. I think it's the Texas supporters, Manchester United supporters group over in the States. And they hire a pub out early hours of the morning so they can go as a group and all go there together and support Manchester United. So they have to hire the room out for the pub and everything like that. And I seen a post that came up and I thought, do you know what? That was the one tell that things are not right at Manchester United. I seen a post come out from their supporters group on Instagram and it said, unfortunately, we've had to cancel this weekend's game against Brentford at the so-called pub, whatever it was over there in Texas, because we just don't have the numbers. And obviously we have to commit to the pub and book it in advance because they have to open up early for us. And they didn't get the numbers. They didn't get the numbers to organise a meet and go to a pub as a group to watch a Manchester United game. That on its own, yes, fans go into stadiums and that is bad on its own. But fans not wanting to watch them on TV or go and plan something else. This is something that I personally, and look, sorry if I'm coming across arrogant here or stubborn, not stubborn, that's the wrong word, so like arrogant and just expecting people to want to watch Manchester United. I'm just trying to gauge where people are, because I find this amazing. But I find this so hard hitting that it deserves to be talked about more, because fans are actually turning the opportunity away of watching Manchester United play. And it's because of what they're watching on the pitch. You can talk about the way the club's run, you can talk about everything that's going on behind the scenes, but more often than not, a match day comes around, you get that match day vibe and that excitement, and you want to watch the football. Well, now the brand of football United are playing has got that bad. Everything that I've just talked about there in the first 15 minutes of this video is circumstances of that and the brand of football and what's actually going on the pitch. People are just bored shitless. Let's be honest. I've put a poll up in the chat, and there's plenty of you voting on it already. Have United become boring to watch? 91% of you have said yes. Look, there may be them games that just actually take our breath away and go, whoa, there's a one-off. Why can't we play like that more often? Why can't it be this exciting every week? And they're always going to pop up here and there. We know we're one of them sides. We're like a cup side, aren't we, where we made us turn up for the big game or something. And there will be the odd one here and there that's good to watch. But ultimately, in general, Manchester United are probably one of the worst sides to watch in the Premier League right now. It's crazy. I mean, Ipswich play a better brand of football, and they've just been promoted. It's absolutely shocking we're in this position right now as a football club. And if Ineos don't take charge of this, I'm not just saying this because I don't like Ten Hag, you already know that, but a change needed to be made. They're watching the same thing that we're watching. The only difference is it's going to start hitting their pockets harder, because fans will just say, no, sorry, this isn't happening. If Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a Manchester United supporter at heart, he will understand what it was and why he became a Manchester United supporter, what lured him to the grounds back in the old days, and fans flocking to Old Trafford. It was the brand of football. Look, if your product isn't right and your business, and it's not producing what it needs and it's not appealing to the public, then you're ultimately, as a business, you're going to fail. And this is what Manchester United are right now. If Ineos want to run this as a proper football business, the product is wrong right now. The product is failing. And the the consumer, the customer, whatever you want to call them, they're turning away. They're going elsewhere. They may go and watch some other football. There's lots of fans now that have got... It's just in the Manchester area in general. There's plenty of places you can go and watch football that's probably more exciting and appealing to watch and value for money. You could obviously go to Salford. There's plenty of clubs around the whole northwest of England, not just in Manchester. I mean, you've got Oldham there as well. You could go and watch them. Yes, it's a lesser standard of football, but do you know what? You feel like you're getting something out of it. You feel like it's more appealing. I'd rather watch grassroots than Manchester United at the moment in terms of entertainment value. I prefer watching my son Alfie play football for the under-18s at FC United right now. That's better football. More enjoyable watching that. And do you know what? You know when you're rushing around like to go and watch your son play football, your kids play football, just trying to do your day-to-day stuff and get back just in time to watch Manchester United, you just don't have that same, I'm a little bit late, it's not that much of a problem. I used to hate missing the opening to games. That's rushing back. The whole day was just planned around going to watch Manchester United. That's run our lives. But I think a lot of people who were in that bracket of fan are actually turning away from it now, and it's getting unbearable. Like you sat there at Old Trafford, honestly. And you know what? You're there, you can get behind the team and everything, but when you're actually at the game, and if you get a chance to go, you actually see the body language of the players behind the cameras. You actually see what fans are saying. You hear what fans are saying, and you can hear the frustrations. And sometimes the PR of Manchester United and TV and everything can blind you to what actually goes on and how fans are really feeling. But when you go to a game and you just hear what people are saying, You see people standing up in front of you. That's it. Can't watch them anymore. I'm gone. 70 minutes on the clock. Walking out. This is what's happening. Ineos need to make a change. Ineos need to realise what's going on, because eventually people will just not go. They won't go. It's not value for money. It's crazy. I'm going to come into the comments now. I've gone on for long enough there. Just wanted to make it clear as to what was happening and the amount of tickets that are available for a game that's not televised. It's unheard of for me, honestly. Yeah, you could say Brentford's not an exciting game, whatever you want to say, but this is crucial. This is absolutely crucial, this game for Manchester United tomorrow. And the fans really are not on board with it if you go off the numbers and what's actually happening. It's scary. Right, there's loads of comments coming. I'm just going to scroll up midway and just make a start. I've not talked about anything else yet. So all of these comments, apart from your own personal ones that are going on in the chat right now, should all be about Manchester United not being appealing enough to go and watch the football and an empty Old Trafford. Look, there will be fans there, and there's plenty of members in our system that will take these tickets, and I'm sure they will get sold up eventually. But the sheer effort that the club are having to go to get rid of tickets right now, I just find absolutely staggering. I wish more people stop going so others can get a chance. Let them not go. I am actually going to apply for the tickets. Looking forward to the match. Love United. See, there's always someone who wants to go. There's always them fans, and credit to you. Credit to you. But the thing is, I think what's happening here is what I just explained. With season ticket holders being pushed into a corner, having already paid their hard-earned money for their season ticket, I think they're just fighting back. They're fighting back. It's like, do I want to go and spend even more money watching this? And there's always a fan that will come in, and I feel like the club are taking advantage of that. So you could say that season ticket holders, the hardcore fans, not saying that other fans are not hardcore, but the ones that spend their money and are there week in, week out, like it's just natural to them, are sort of giving up. Are United trying to push them sort of fans away? I'm not saying the brand of football is deliberate at all, but United are only too happy for fans to send their tickets back, is what I'm saying, because they can resell them and make more money, and that fan will probably spend more money. Club is finished, says Mick. I can't be asked watching them on TV sometimes, let alone going to the game. Corinthians, another comment in there. Ineos and the Glazers destroying United piece by piece. John Ryder, the terminal decline of Manchester United continues. Rob says the product on the pitch is just dull and boring and not helped by the manager, who is stubborn, picks his favourites week in, week out. Nice fans empty their stadium every week in protest against Ineos. I'm not completely against Ineos, as you all know. I think they've done great things, but I think they need to realise what's happening fast. Otherwise, they're going to be tarnished with the same brush as the Glazers. And if you haven't got the fans on board, then you have got a big problem. You really have. Adam, even watching United on TV is on TV in the comfort of your own home is getting difficult to watch. I find I'm on the phone instead of watching the game because it's such a bore watching United. You get that, you're right. You're obviously interested, and you've got that invested interest in Manchester United. So no matter what's happening, you're always going to watch that match more with intrigue, aren't you? But I'm finding a lot of people that are just like just switching off from the game. You see it. You see general conversations going on. That the game's being played, and there's fans in the stadium that are just not even fixated on the pitch. There's fans that are there that are just not even bothered about what's actually happening on the pitch. They're more interested in a conversation than what's going on with the mates. Like, people turn up to Old Trafford just to have a bit of a catch-up with the mates right now, and people that they see every other week or something like that. It's good, and the crack leading up to the game is fantastic, but when you actually get into the stadium and you watch the football, that's the worst bit right now. And that's crazy to say because there's not much to do around Manchester United. So, really, it's quite damning what's actually happening right now. More comments coming in. Let's get through this. Living in Thailand, so evening games are a terrible time to get up for this season. For the first time in 17 years being here, decided not to get up at 2 a.m. or soon to be 3 a.m. this season. That's saying something. That's, like I said, the fans around the world, not just the match-going fans, deciding to not watch Manchester United. That's an actual decision to go, no, not today. I'm not even going to put myself through it. Every single match day, you go into it with fresh hope. I go in thinking, it's match day. I get the match day vibe. They walk up to the stadium or the build up to the game when you're watching it at home and you're just like, this is it. This is when it's going to change. That's always there. I think that's embedded in every single United fan. The only way that leaves you or that disappears is watching continuous, boring, garbage, lethargic football. And eventually it gets to a point where it's like, there is something else better we could be doing right now. And where you're going to have them arguments between partners at home, like, no, United, we're not going out today. Sometimes now I think you're getting a lot more people saying, no, you're all right, love, I'll walk out with you today. Let's go to the shops instead of bleeding watching United. I won't put myself through it. You're getting all them conversations going on. And I'll say it again, like this week I have been offered 40 different tickets to the game. 40. At different parts of the stadium from different people asking me if there's anyone I know who would like to go to the game. It's crazy, isn't it? 40 tickets available for a United game, just to me. A couple of years back, I would have all my mates asking me if I could get them a ticket, even though they're not United fans. Now I can't even give a ticket away, even to my United mates, says John Storer. It is. It's like you need something to watch. Irving says, I'm not a United fan, but as a neutral, it's sad how you've ended up. That's the people looking in and not watching United. Everyone used to tune in to watch Manchester United. Everyone used to tune in. It used to be the dead cert, didn't it? Everyone was always interested in what was going on at Old Trafford. But the brand of football has killed it, really. It has. Super chat in from a season ticket holder block N2410. Disappeared. Is that disappears? I'm trying to say. Hopefully, I've not said this wrong or misread it. But yeah, the hope disappears 5 minutes after kickoff. That's usually what happens. Yeah, you get up and then you just see how the game starts, and you usually get a feel for it. Cheers for the super chat, mate. And it's just that reality. It's like it slaps you in the face. You're like, oh, why did they even get up thinking that they were going to change this week? You can't help it. You have that feeling inside you that you want to get in there and it's something's going to change. This is the day. And then bang, big slap, reality slap in the face. Cheers for all the likes. We have just gone over 100. Let's see if we can get them likes over 200 for the show, everyone. Please give the video a like. We're just bringing a different type of content this morning. Kind of hard-hitting numbers that are coming out and reports about fans sending tickets back and Manchester United desperately trying to sell tickets for an untelevised game at Old Trafford. Not even on TV, and people are not willing or wanting to go to Old Trafford. It is bad right now. Leon Football says, the fun has been taken out of it. Has been taken out of it for me. The final straw was Porto. That type of game isn't acceptable, and we're seeing it too often. We know what needs to happen to get people excited again. A change. Lonan says, I hated seeing the United fixtures. Not so much now. Again, another fan coming in saying they don't fear playing Manchester United anymore. Brentford will be favourites this weekend. Play better football, more entertaining, better players, better coaches, better manager. I think they win 3-0. Won't go that far, Ginge, but I can feel you sort of... I can feel like the sort of negative vibes that are flying around that sort of send you in that direction of thinking. It is like that with a lot of Manchester United fans right now. United are boring, Bruno is boring, and Erik ten Hag should have been sacked a long time ago. Ineos are being watched now. Soon I will stop watching this boring United team. Change it. Director of Football. Honestly, I don't know how we are going to improve this season, though, for a manager to last if media and fans are against you. Again, pressure on Ineos to actually make the change with the manager. Maybe that will bring some excitement back to the stands. I don't know. It's always going to be a difficult one. It's always going to be interesting to see what will happen with a new manager bounce and everything like that. Will it bring some excitement back to the fans? Will it get them on board? Yeah, I think so. Because right now it's like the ownership of this football club is accepting what's going on the pitch, and we have to accept it with them. It's like we have no say. It's like we heard that United have met with the 58 fan group for the first time this week as well. What? what is that going to do? They're not going to change what's happening on the pitch. Yes, they may be. Actually, you know what? I don't even know what that is going to bring or what that's going to do. It doesn't matter what they say or who they meet with. There's only one thing that changes anything right now, and it needs to be better football on the pitch, whether that's in sacking Ten Hag, whether that's Ten Hag doing something. He's not bothered right now. He's saving his job, isn't he, Ten Hag? That's the thing. So we can go to Aston Villa, and that's seen as acceptable because we've stunk the place out with a 0-0 draw. That's not acceptable every single week. So what's he going to do this week? Is he going to change it and go attacking mode and Manchester United actually entertain the fans at the risk of being open like we always are when we try and play that football and concede goals and lose the game and then he loses his job? It's just hard to see how Ten Hag personally can turn this around right now. I think he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's stuck at a crossroads, isn't he, Ten Hag, right now? And I don't see how he gets out of it. I really don't. But it's going to be an interesting time coming up over these next few weeks. If you're listening to reports at the moment and listening to general conversation, it is that there is no rush to get rid of Ten Hag. There's no panic. I don't think there's a manager in place to replace him. The only option we've got, as we know, is Ruud van Nistelrooy. So I don't expect things to change soon. I expect this to go on for a few more weeks. And I just don't know how long it's going to take for Ineos to realise that this is wrong. Something is fundamentally broke at Manchester United. And you ain't going to get the money you need. Look, sponsorships are going to go down if we don't get Champions League football this season. Obviously, revenues are going to go down because we're not going to be in European football the way it's going right now. Everything else, the boredom factor, fans not turning up, the money is going to dry up. You're not going to be able to make what you need to put your plan in place for United to win the league in 4 years' time. It has to be working now. It has to start now. Otherwise, it's just going to slowly keep on deteriorating. Manchester United this summer, Ineos have saved 34 million in wages, and that's with players coming in and players leaving. So when you calculate everything together, the players that we've brought in and the players that are leaving, like we said, and this was a positive I was talking about, many people came back, but you still got to bring players in, so we're not saving that much. Add the players that we've brought in and their wages and the players that were sold this summer, Manchester United have saved 34 million quid a year on wages. This is what Ineos are having to do. There's only so much you can do in cutting corners, slashing costs, cutting out meals or privileges for staff, no Christmas party, Felix Ferguson going. There's only so far you can go before there's nothing left. Eventually, you're going to have to change something that is more appealing to bring more people in. Play a better brand of football. It brings more excitement in. It gets the fans on board. Maybe then fans start filling seats again and we can start winning games alongside it. You get further up the table. You make more money. You're getting into more games. You're getting more gate receipts because you're in more competitions. The further you go in competitions, the more money you will make. But the way it's going right now is Manchester United are falling off on every single aspect of what Manchester United are and how this club is being run. Everything's falling away completely. Like off the pitch, the numbers are not great. On the pitch, it's even worse. Players, the attitudes, everything else that the work that Ineos have done in terms of building an infrastructure and all that is fantastic. But I keep saying it counts for nothing if results on the pitch aren't right and that brand of football isn't right. Sadly, that is where we're at right now. That is the bigger picture. Mark says, "Morning, Adam. The big picture here is United are losing their world status. Annual turnover is going to drop like a sack of the proverbial. Change is needed now." Stephen says, "I think Man United need to change their egos. Thomas Frank has done an amazing job, yet because he's not a big name, you ain't interested or he ain't good enough." Gehan also says, "Don't worry, Adam. The panic will set in very soon. Ineos will wake up very soon. They are asleep right now. You won't get anything from this awful manager." Erik Ten Hag is just making excuses after excuses and more excuses for his pathetic management. He has no tactics, no style of play. We just play hopeful football and it's embarrassing to watch United. Embarrassing to watch United. That's a word that's come out quite a lot in recent years, watching United, but more so over Ten Hag's tenure right now. I said it before that this is the worst I've ever known the fan base in terms of everyone at each other's throats. the discontent, the arguments, the fors, the against. We're at loggerheads right now. I'm just looking at the poll again. The poll has been running for the entirety of the show. And keep putting your votes in on the poll, everybody. We've had well over 600 votes right now. Have United become boring to watch? 92% of you on that poll now are saying yes, we are boring to watch. That's only a few hundred people, I know. But still, if you ask that out and you broaden that vote and you broaden that question to most of the fan base, I think what we're talking about in this video and the fans that are not going and how Manchester United are really pushing fans to get to games, I think a lot would vote the same way. They're voting with their feet. Never mind in a simple poll online. They're voting with their feet right now. And fans can't be asked watching the same old shit week in, week out. They don't want to be let down and continuously disappointed. That's the thing. And in the way that the world is right now and the prices and the cost of living and everything, are United value for money? Are we actually worth watching right now? And that's what's happening. The results of what's happening with the ticket situation right now are that. It's because people are they're spending their money elsewhere. That's what they're doing. And it's great that other fans will get the opportunity to watch United. I love it. Everyone should get the chance to watch United and come to Old Trafford. But it goes further than that. And the problem is obviously worldwide. Like when people are not tuning in from abroad and not waking up on this one particular occasion because the football just isn't good. It's shit. It is. That tells you everything. That's the most damn United's worldwide fan base. Like fan groups, like I said, in America, not being able to hire the pub out because there isn't enough members of that group willing to go and watch Manchester United at certain o'clock. That used to be a dead cert, like I said. You would always get the fan groups gathering together across the world to watch United. Oh, what's going on? It is insanely frustrating right now. I don't want to be talking about this. It is boring to watch United. I watch Brighton games for entertainment football. Just a question, everyone. It's just, I wanted to gauge it because I will never miss a game. I will never miss a minute. That's just the way I am. That's the type of fan that I am. So I want to know why there are so many fans sending their tickets back. United struggling to sell out Old Trafford. I want to know why. I want people to tell me. This is why I wanted to do this video because I find it amazing. But I am just that type of fan that just expects everyone to be that way. And I'm wrong in thinking that way. I know I am. It's just who I am and my own opinion. But I just wanted to just say that right now and just get your opinions on it and put it out there to other fans and other United fans to say, is the big problem at United just that they're just not entertained? Is that the be-all and end-all, really, when you look at it? It's going to be a difficult game tomorrow, a very difficult game for Manchester United because of this. When you look at the injury situation right now, just to sort of deflect away on why people might actually go to the game tomorrow, they may be excited to watch someone else play on the pitch. Obviously, we haven't got Kobe Mainoo. Gutted about that. We talked about that. Good news as well is that on the injury front from going into the international break, Ahmad is training, Garnacho is training, Mazraoui is actually training. Someone did pop that up while we was live last night, actually, on the comment section. I did look out into the news around that. Mazraoui is in training, and that is great news for Manchester United. So, looking positive on that side of things. When it came down to the deeper report of the injury setup right now, Manuel Ugarte, as you can see going across the bottom of your screen there, has had a recovery session and is still unknown whether he's going to be fit for the game. Honestly, I don't think Ten Hag would have played him anyway, so no drama in that. I was expecting Casemiro to come in because he hasn't travelled, he is fully fit, and he's fresh. And Ten Hag didn't play Ugarte after the last international break because he was the last one to arrive back to training. So for a Saturday game, yeah, I actually do feel like Ugarte wouldn't have played anyway. So he looks okay. He's had a recovery session, so not as bad as first thought. Obviously, we know about Yoro being on the pitch training right now. Malacia, that's great news. But when you go into the depth of the injury report at Manchester United right now, all of this, he's training, he's had that session, he's done this there. We know about Maguire, we know about Mainoo both being out for probably a month now. We won't see them till November. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty and the news that we want to know about, Mason Mount and Luke Shaw are doing well in their recovery. That's it. That's your full report on them two. I thought Luke Shaw was back. I thought it was back after the last international break. After this international break, it continues and continues and continues, and the frustration grows. Oh my God. Like, I don't know why I'm getting frustrated with Luke Shaw right now. I honestly don't know why I keep getting frustrated. Maybe it's just because of everything that's going on with the club right now, and I'm clinging on to hope that something is going to be positive coming out. We're going to get a bit of good news, and someone is going to come back from injury. No, I should just give up on him. I've said this before. I keep saying I've given up on Luke Shaw, and this hope just comes back into me as a football fan that he's actually going to come back and actually put in a shift for United at some point. That's a fine thing as well, isn't it? Because these players have to be integrated back in as well. So we're not going to get a fully fit flying Luke Shaw for a long time yet, even when he's back. But the Mason Mount, the Luke Shaw, it just depresses you, doesn't it? It just annoys you as a fan that these players are not available. But the setup this weekend is going to be interesting to see. Look, Brentford's form away from home, shocking. I don't even think they've picked up a point away from home. This would be bad if United didn't get the result today. Like, Thomas Frank knows how to set up against United. His best results have come, obviously, at Brentford. A win, a loss and a draw away to Brentford while they've been back in the Premier League. At home, been a bit hit and miss, haven't we? We've usually got the result, just about. They've not been great games, no. We were lucky last season. We were, 1-0 down going into injury time, and then Scotty Too Hotty came on and saved us with 2 goals in injury time off the bench, which was fantastic. But this is a real pressure game for United tomorrow in Ten Hag. And I think it's going to be nervous. And I think the fans, talking about what we have just done, they've got no... I don't think they've got anything in them to sort of... or any patience for Manchester United players to be sort of finding their way and getting behind this team because they're nervous about the situation right now. They're fed up. They want to see results. There comes a point when you can only support as far as you can, and you can only get to a certain point before you actually say, no, actually just do something. Actually provide some decent football for us to watch. That's where we're at right now. So the fans are not going to be patient for these players to ease their way into a home game against Brentford that's not on TV. That sign that was brought up in that Fulham game last season, remember it, play like you mean it. I think that should be uncovered. The standards one that was unveiled a couple of times with Robson, Keane and Cantona on it. That standards, play like you mean it. Like, these messages need to come out from the fans again. And like the hardcore fans that are actually going to these games, like the away ones where that banner was unveiled, I think this is what needs to happen right now. I personally don't see loads of threat in Brentford's side. Not loads, but I see threat in the organised nature of how they set up and how they actually are and operate under Thomas Frank. I think that is where Manchester United are actually going to struggle with this game. An organised team. A team that's set up to actually nullify Manchester United. That's where we've always struggled. And then you've got them players like Mbeumo who will just catch United on the break. They have got talent in certain areas of the pitch. And just organised teams at the moment are the ones that are going to prosper at Manchester United or playing against Manchester United. And it's sad to say it's that easy for us to play against United. It really is. But that is the truth, and they are the facts. That's where United are right now. And unfortunately, we are just that team that are easy to play against. Unless we go back to the wall like we did against Aston Villa and frustrate a decent side. But the fans are going to Old Trafford, like I said, expecting United to attack and win this game. That is the expectation level. There's not one person in this room right now or in this fan base that can tell me that Manchester United should not be going into this Brentford game to win it. So I think we'll get a draw. I expect Manchester United to play a certain way. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. I think we will struggle in the game. But I still go into it thinking that United should be expecting to win the game. I do. I go into that mindset in every single home game, no matter who the opposition is. United can beat anyone on this planet. And this team can beat anyone on this planet. But it's sad that it's coming down to one game again. This is the Villa game all over. It's like all eyes on United. Can Ten Hag survive another game? This is what Man United have become. Everyone watching the one game and the next game to see if it goes wrong and if this is the game when the manager goes. Where are the days gone where United just used to turn up and watch United and just expect a decent game of football? I think that's the whole thing in the bigger picture of this video and what we've done this morning. It's like, how have we got to this stage now where we're like literally clinging on to the odd game here and there? It's not good. It's really not. But, hey, this is where we're at, and this is the problem that we have got right now at Manchester United. While you're all in the room as well, please do jump into the live chat. The link there is to the new channel. I've got a brand new football channel that has just started last night. The first video dropped. Football in a different way. Not all United, mainly all of football. Something I wanted to do because I find that just dealing with United is just hard work. So let's make more work and talk about other sides of football and bring in some different conversations. Please do jump across to that link in the live chat now. Go and watch that first video that we've done on Paul Pogba. And please do subscribe to the channel. Give it a watch, everybody. Get support behind it. I'm going to be doing all different types of videos on this channel. And I want to bring in your ideas for it as well. So get in the comment section and tell me the type of video that you would like me to do. It can involve anything in football. So I'm setting you the challenge, everybody. Get into that as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this morning's show. That is it for now. I will be back. Obviously, we've got Ten Hag's press conference later on, so we'll be covering bits of that. That is around about 1:30 today, the Ten Hag press conference. Should be interesting, to say the least. Thank you, everybody. Mods and members in the chat, everyone for your comments. Hard-hitting topic. I know that one was today. Please make sure you give the video a like on the way out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go and subscribe to Football Talks. That is the new channel. The link in the live chat right there, right now. And I will see you all later on. Have a great day, everybody.